fighting out of Miami, Florida, former NFC middleweight champion, making my pro debut, Louis Big 8 Brewington.
Louis Brewington wanted to be a fighter when he saw Forrest Griffin taking on Stephan Bonner in the first season of The Ultimate Fighter. Now he says his life has come full circle. He enters tonight with 4 straight wins.
Fighting out on East Serbia, professional kickboxer making my MMA debut, Andrija Stankovic.
Andrija Stankovic learned kickboxing from his father, Zoran Stankovic, a European champion who was paralyzed from a car accident. His father trained Andrija and his brother from his wheelchair and continues to be their coach today.
Welterweights are in the cage. We'll take a look at our next level hydrogen water tail of the tape. Louis Brewington, 4 years older, 3 inches taller, weighted in 2 pounds heavy. 5-inch reach advantage and 3 inches on the legs for Brewington. This is our final pro debut of the night, the 5th. One contract, though, is on the line. All 5 winners are eligible. The PFL will narrow those 5 winners to 2 finalists. Our celebrity panel will select from the finalists, and boom, contract to appear in the 2022 season. Lauren says it's round number 1. Andrew Glenn ready to oversee the action.
Ready? Ready.
Stankovic in the black trunks, Brewington in the gray. Touch of the gloves, Brewington is the southpaw here.
Stankovic kind of stalking, backing up Brewington so far. Brewington looks like he's trying to set up that left hand, that left cross. Ooh. Stankovic very fast with his kicks. Brewington returns with a left kick of his own.
A lot of length you can see in the frame and stance of Brewington, who now switches back and forth. Push kick from Brewington.
Stankovic trying to deal with that lead right hand of Brewington, trying to get it out of the way so he can enter. Beautiful combination there by Stankovic.
Curious to see what Brewington's strategy is here. Stankovic doesn't have MMA experience, obviously an extensive kickboxing background. Do you allow yourself to get into a kickboxing match here?
Right, well for Brewington, you know, he definitely has the length advantage, but I don't think he wants to strike with Stankovic for too long. I think, you know, if I'm Brewington, I'm trying to test the ground game of Stankovic straight away. Oh, beautiful left hand, right down the middle.
Vitor Belfort, what do you think of the chess match on the feet so far?
Stankovic is doing the right thing, but he has to trust. He has to fire right away. He has good striking. Brewington is doing a wrong thing. He's going to his power side. So he has to understand he has to use his kicks, his left kick. If he's not, he's going to be in trouble on the strike game. They got to work the body.
A lot of kicks in the early part of this fight. About halfway through round number 1.
Well, Brewington's length and his range is allowing him to get away with it, but as Stankovic starts going upstairs with that right high kick, that's where Brewington can find himself in trouble, circling to that left-hand side.
Brewington doing a decent job of keeping Stankovic out at arm's length. The shorter fighter not really able to get into punching range super effectively so far.
Yeah, I'd like to see more feints from Stankovic to allow him to get on the inside. Otherwise, Brewington's going to see everything coming.
Randy, how do you get inside on a guy this much taller than you?
It's a challenge for sure, and I think Stankovic needs to get inside and use those combinations. He's being fairly successful out of kicking range, landing a lot of nice shots. You wonder what Brewington's planning, circling towards his opponent's power, and there he accidentally slips, and this is what it looks like when I try to head kick people right there. I flop on the ground. Nice job getting right back up, and Stankovic led him right back up. Brewington needs to use his length and find a way to get this to the ground. He's got several submissions in his amateur career. I think that's the place for him to win this fight.
When you saw Stankovic, even after the slip, didn't want any part of the groundwork. He allowed Brewington to stand back up, even though he probably could have jumped right down into side control, Kenny.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart decision. You know, that's not going to be his strength there, even if he was on top. Oh, beautiful left hand there by Brewington.
Both of these guys showing a lot of relaxation and comfort in these striking exchanges. Todd Gurley, measured pace here in round number 1. Who's got the advantage for you early?
I'm thinking about Stankovic. I mean, Brewington, he has the length and the reach, but, you know, Stankovic is definitely trying to get up in there. So he's on his backside right now, but, you know, I like the way he's been competing and adjust off the length of Brewington.
We'll see if Brewington can make anything happen offensively here in the final 30 seconds of round number 1. Right now inside the closed guard of Andrija Stankovic.
Yeah, and Stankovic kind of has his head pressed up against the cage, which is going to take away a lot of his ability to attack with submissions. Crunched up, very uncomfortable on your back and neck. Brewington in a good position. If he postures up, can start to rain down blows, but he's running out of time.
Stankovic relies on the bell to get him out of that bad position. Brewington not really able to mount any serious offense, although the takedown by itself does score.
Yeah, and here's Brewington eating a kick off that lead left leg of Stankovic. Very fast kicks from Stankovic throughout that first round. Beautiful left hand right down the middle. You could see he was trying to set that up throughout that round. Excellent right high kick there. Roundhouse from Stankovic going upstairs. And here's excellent level change and finish to that double leg from Brewington. I expect him to try to do that again here in round 2.
Kenny, relatively even round number 1.
Yeah.
How do you score it?
You know, that's a tough one to score. I thought Stankovic was a little bit busier. He was landing more on the feet. Brewington not throwing as much, but he was effective when he was. And I think landing that takedown, getting some control at the end helped him as well, but certainly a close round.
Hang on, guys. Hang on.
Both fighters eager to get back to the action here. Andrew Glenn
Step back.
forcing them apart.
Hang on until we clear the cage, gentlemen. Hang on. All right, you ready?
They want to get right to it. My goodness.
Get right back to it. Andrew Glenn says, go ahead. Sharp leg kick there from Stankovic.
Oh, beautiful right high kick there by Stankovic.
Right hand to the body attempt. And a left hook from Stankovic. Left hand landed there for Brewington. All right, the 3-time Penn State NCAA wrestling champion Bo Nickal's been checking in throughout the evening. What do you think of round number 1 and the early part of round number 2 here, Bo?
Definitely, you know, strategic round 1. Stankovic, you know, clearly has a pretty high level kickboxing, and you know, but Brewington's landing big shots too, and then got that takedown at the end of the round. So overall, pretty even fight. And Brewington's looking for a takedown again, but he doesn't get it. So you know, we'll see who. You know, I think the fight's still to be decided at this point.
Bo, when are we going to see you in a PFL cage? Is that happening?
We'll see, you know, at this point, I have one more amateur fight scheduled for April 15 in State College, PA. So I'm going to finish that. That'll be my 3rd amateur fight and my last one. And then after that, I'll be going pro. So it's definitely in the cards. So we'll see.
Awesome.
All right. Not fully committal there from Bo Nickal. By the way, fighting that guy on an amateur MMA card in State College, Pennsylvania, where he won 3 national championships? Come on.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Well, that's exciting. Hopefully we get a chance to see Bo here in the PFL. That'd be awesome. But right now, Stankovic having a good round two.
There's a kick, lands on the armpit. Brewington sharp with that left hand.
Yeah, he sure is.
3 times in a row.
Yeah, he sure is. He's landing it repeatedly. Stankovic not moving his head. He's not getting off the center line. He's not feinting. Brewington not respecting him at all right now.
Let go of that fence. Let go of the 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 fence.
Andrew Glenn warning several times Stankovic to let go of the fence. He probably won't let him get away with it again. Brewington able to get Stankovic down to his back. And this is where the kickboxing experience, as extensive as it is for Stankovic, just doesn't help you.
Yeah, that's right. Really hard to do kickboxing off of your back, I've found. And right now, Stankovic in a tough spot. Brewington not taking advantage, though. He's not being aggressive, trying to advance position. Now he is. Stankovic kind of allows Brewington just really walk into mount here. Now Brewington in a much better position, trying to drive his forearm into the neck of Stankovic.
So posture up and throw some punches from the top. We'll see if Brewington looks like he's maybe going to sit or perhaps
set up a triangle,
perhaps. A triangle choke. Gets too high. Stankovic is able to roll himself out from under. Leaves an arm behind, though, and now he's in a triangle. This is tight, Kenny Florian.
Boy. This is going to be a finish if Stankovic isn't able to posture out. He could also maybe combo with an arm lock as well. Stankovic is in a really tough spot. This is not good.
Hammer fist.
His shoulder's kind of out of it, Sean, so I'm not sure he's feeling the full effect quite yet.
His elbow is almost past the cup of Brewington. The left arm not choking the left side of Stankovic's neck, but there's a re-grip.
Yeah, you see, he's got to get out. His shoulder's out, Sean. He's not getting the full choke.
Wow, great defense there.
Oh, wow.
Stankovic. And that can be extremely demoralizing because that was tight. That was a finished position, and now you find yourself half mounted.
Yeah, 100%. That could be demoralizing for sure. And Stankovic in a good position here, but not taking advantage with punches. Now trying to frame off the head of Brewington where he can create some space and land some big shots. Let's see if he does that.
Randy, impressive sequence there for both men. Really nice attack from Brewington, but Stankovic was able to get himself out.
Yeah, for a guy that doesn't have a grappling background, he's sure able to slide out of some pretty tight positions. A choke earlier and now this triangle choke. So, you know, he's definitely got some skills. Surprised by Brewington that he didn't try to attack and get this fight to the ground sooner, honestly.
And now Brewington finds himself stuck underneath Stankovic.
Yeah, this has been a very strong round for Stankovic. Brewington had his moments, but I'm not sure he did enough here in this round. Stankovic has been active. He's landed a lot of shots. He's escaped some tough positions and landed some good shots from the ground as well.
We'll finish with both fighters on their knees, wrestling out the end of round number 2. Brewington with the hands on the hips as he goes back to his corner. Take me through these replays, sir.
Yeah, here's that beautiful right kick. That's the shot to throw against an opposite stance fighter. Brewington, nice level change, unable to do it. He decides to go to his back and try to attack from guard. Almost had this triangle, but Stankovic able to escape that left shoulder. You don't really see it here, but his shoulder was out. There it's tight on the elbow, not comfortable on the neck, but Stankovic able to not allow that left side of his neck to get cut off. That's what's allowing him to survive and not get that blood shut off. He was able to land some hammer fists, escaped.
Last round, all right?
What a round.
Third and final round of our final fight of the pro debuts, and once again Andrew Glenn has to physically push these two apart. We start round number 3 inside striking range. Brewington in the gray trunks, Stankovic in the black. High kick blocked. The left hook misses for Stankovic.
And Brewington's got to tuck that chin a little bit. He's got to watch out for that overhand right from Stankovic. There's that level change. Nice timing on this single leg. Let's see if Stankovic can sprawl out of this. He does get Brewington extended. That's not a good position for Brewington. He decides to slide into half guard.
Stankovic does have the far side underhook here, which means his weight controls the body of Brewington. Brewington's going to have to dig his own left arm into a controlled position if he wants to get up. Right now, he's content to hug and wait.
Let's work here, gentlemen.
Yeah, and this is where I'd like to see Stankovic at least try to chip away with that left hand. He can keep position with that right underhook. And just kind of hammer fist, chip away to the body, chip away to the head, and score some points. Show that control.
Andrew Glenn already asking for more work.
Brewington working on that lockdown on the right leg of Stankovic. And that's a good way to control your opponent from bottom, but you're tying yourself into that position. If you can underhook that left leg of Stankovic, you can start to extend him and maybe work on a sweep, but that's just really kind of pinning himself more than anything else.
Work, gentlemen, let's work.
Yeah, both men really not very active. I think the referee's going to stand him up here if they keep doing this.
Stankovic has been able to stay on top. Brewington's shoulders pinned to the mat, but meaningful offense hard to come by from this top position for Stankovic.
These are nice chipping shots here from Stankovic. This is better. Now he's trying to advance position, trying to get through that half guard. And halfway through round 3, it's looking pretty good for Stankovic so far, Sean.
Well, if we entered this round at one apiece, you want to be the guy on top as the judges are making a final decision here. But again, when you're talking about not only earning a win, but earning a contract from the PFL,
right,
that's a different story. You can't play the conservative safe win game.
Indeed.
There's that stand-up you were anticipating. And that sharp left hand once again from Brewington, who goes right back down to the takedown attempt. Good sprawl from Stankovic.
Nice circle away from Stankovic. Gets away from the cage. Good cage awareness there.
Inside of 2 minutes here, Vitor Belfort. What are we looking at? We're going to go to the judges' scorecards, or will we see a finish in the closing moments?
Look like we're not going to see a finish. Brewington is literally being a very undisciplined fighter. He has the ground, but he's just going for it. Right now, he's desperate to get something, and now the other fighters know. So it's very key right now. He's not using, he has to use his uppercut. Stankovic is not using his uppercut. So that way, every time he swings and he's doing something, he's going to be taken down. So he's going to be very aware and very hesitant right now.
Todd Gurley, fatigue showing for Brewington. He's shot a couple of those desperation takedown attempts. Can he make something happen late?
Not looking like it. Not looking so good for Brewington right now. Stankovic, I like the way his momentum is flowing. Just the aggressiveness, the whole fight. And it looked like Brewington is just trying to make something happen, but he just can't.
Randy, inside of 1 minute for Brewington to potentially pull this one out if the judges' scorecards look like mine do at least. What does he need to do?
Well, I just don't think he's applied himself. He has the skills. He's the longer fighter. He's obviously got some striking ability. He's got a great ground game. He just doesn't seem to have that killer instinct to go out and try and finish this fight. Stankovic, on the other hand, has that. Trying to head kick, trying to find ways with the skills he has to finish the fight.
With that, Brewington concedes top position. There's Stankovic's brother in the corner, FaceTiming their father, who is a decorated kickboxer in his own right and is their trainer. This fight will come to a close with Andrija Stankovic on top of Louis Brewington in the pro debut for both men. Once again, we go to the judges' scorecards, and we will make this official when we come back on Fubo TV.
Andrija. Hey Joe, where you at? Ništa mu ne. Yeah. I said, I thought this motherfucker was a kickboxer. I know. He know how to wrestle a little bit.
Which, starting with Sean or me? Going right into? Got it. Got it.
Yeah. Welcome back to Orlando, Florida, and PFL Challenger Series action. There's a look at our Cagenomics post-fight stats. Stankovic and Brewington, they almost even in strikes landed there, Kenny. Takedowns in the advantage of Brewington, but the ground strikes for Stankovic.
Yeah, here's that takedown here from Brewington. Fails, drops down to his back. Stankovic able to get top position here. That was critical for him, making those adjustments in round two. Another shot from Brewington. Stankovic posting on the mat, getting his hips involved, getting Brewington stretched out. That's not good for your base. Able to get on top again. Brewington tried very hard to shoot. He was able to get in on the legs, not able to drive through. Got his base, got his structure compromised. Stankovic able to sprawl, land some shots from the top. And Sean O'Connell is in the cage with the decision.
All right, referee Andrew Glenn will bring these two fighters to the center of the cage and make this thing official. And after 3 rounds, we once again go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored about 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Andrija Stankovic. One 1-0 as a mixed martial artist, 1-0 as a pro for the decorated kickboxer representing Serbia. And those 4 other men also improved to 1-0 as pros tonight. When we come back, we will narrow the 5 winners down to 2 finalists, and from there determine who gets a contract in the PFL.